Juice, it's been a while.
It has.
What have you been doing?
Just trying to get over being sick, and I was out hunting.
Yeah, you were sick for like 9 years.
Yeah,
So-
I wouldn't say 9 years. Two weeks for sure.
Yeah, you were sick for a while.
I got that flu.
You finally brought me some deer meat.
I did.
All
I
right.
did.
Me and my daughter will cook
You
that
guys chowed down.
up. I'm excited about the sausage. Is it ground up already?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all ground. The
So I
only
just
thing
gotta-
it's not is the steak and the roast.
I just got to make some patties and put some pepper and salt on there.
Yeah.
I'm good to go. So,
Yep.
All right. We'll try it out then. So yeah, we had a case that we worked and we talked about it on here a little bit.
Oh,
We didn't really get into the details because it was ongoing.
right.
But now our client has submitted an Alford plea,
Which I still cannot believe she did.
which basically means I'm not guilty, but you got a lot of evidence against me. So hit
Yeah.
me, hammer me, right?
Yeah.
She got 20 years for kidnapping and then life for the murder, right? So
Yeah.
now if you read the article, the DA has released what they thought happened. Do you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
They said that Loretta, this 50-year-old woman, tied herself to the rocks up there on that cliff you were on, and then got that girl out there to jump off.
Nope. I'm not buying it.
I don't think Loretta's a mountaineer. I've met her in person. You never met her, but I have. You met her mom, I think. But-
Yeah. I don't see her as a rappel master. I don't
No.
see her as a rock climber.
So you and I are up there doing the test, and I didn't say I got nervous, but you'll die pretty. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going over.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
especially at night.
Yes.
And we were out there in the broad daylight, so middle of the day. It was cold though. Remember how cold it was?
Oh, yeah. And it was nice and moist outside.
It was rainy.
Yes.
No, moist. That's
Precipitous.
gross.
Precipitous.
I'm not buying that Loretta tied herself off
No.
and handled this woman.
Buyers. No.
There's a lot going on, man.
No.
You got to put
There's
anchor
no
points
way.
in. You got to say, hey, stand over there. Don't move.
There's no way. I have been rappelling up there. I went through a rappel master
Yeah.
course in the canyon. There's no tie-offs right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no anchor points right there.
Right.
You physically have to tie yourself off with the rope and get it ready. You got to go through all that stuff. And you're telling me that girl sat there and just waited? Come on.
She might have been incapacitated, but that's another problem. You got to
I'm
get her
still
out
not
there.
buying it.
It's a lot of, it ain't just a slick, smooth surface you're getting her across.
No.
You got to get her over the obstacles, through the little rocks
Oh, yeah.
at night. And
the logs and everything
Yeah.
else and the stanchions. And there's
Yeah.
no way.
they said she tied herself to the stanchions and then got her out there. And
There's no way.
so there's two scenarios they're pitching. So, hey, grown woman, stand there. I know I told you I'm fixing to kill you, but stand there. Let me get tied off and I'm going to come get you and kill you. All right?
Yeah. I'm calling BS.
Or, hey, unconscious lady, I'm going to leave you laying here. I'm going to go tie off. Then I'm going to drag you out there and get you over the logs and push you over.
And I'm not buying either one.
So we had Victoria Clark out there.
Yep.
She is 20 something.
Yep.
Physically fit. She's nothing wrong with her, right?
No.
A young girl.
Yeah.
And she struggled to get, it was like, she's like got to one point. I can't get it over. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I'm not buying it, man. And
Neither am I.
And I don't think there was a lot of effort put on by the public defenders.
No, you're right. I like my version, public pretender.
I don't think there was a lot of efforts like saying, hey, they didn't like me to begin with because the
Well,
family hired me and it hurt their feelings.
It's understandable.
But they had another guy, another PI. I'm going to say his name, Sam Romano, who yelled at me down at the jail that day, saying that he knew the law, that I didn't, and all this stuff. Anyways, he went up and talked about Loretta during high school and tried to get a good, the stuff that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But anyway, they didn't like me. They didn't want to present anything we did. And this girl, she got 20 years for the kidnapping and life for the murder.
There's so much wrong with that case that you could see.
Right.
She got railroaded.
Right.
She's, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she's 100% innocent,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not 100% guilty.
She didn't do that by herself.
No, I don't care what anybody says. Somebody helped her, and you're not going to convince me her daughter helped her.
No, she's not physically fit.
No, neither one of them are.
Loretta, she's slim, but she's not young. You know what I mean? So,
I got a good person in mind who helped them.
she didn't think she used to live with him, maybe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Let's don't say any names because I don't want to I'll make you pay the legal bill.
Yeah, no, but he cuts down trees, does all kind of stuff.
Right.
He's a very physical person.
Yeah.
It's
He's
not
a grown
like
man.
he has, he doesn't have an office job. You're not going to tell me he didn't help.
Well, you and I toted that dummy over and just heaved it from the backside of the stanchion. Well, it splattered on the rocks.
Well,
we
yeah,
had to get
hit
over
the rocks.
But we had to just kick it over. But that's kind of, it could be that way.
Yeah.
Toss her up in the air, goes down 6 foot, hits the rocks. Oh, bangs her face off the rocks, and you go over and just kind of kick her over.
Now, we had that one girl that was with us.
Now, she was wiry and a climber.
Oh, she smacked me in the eye. I thought
she broke
took
her hand or something,
out.
right? So.
Yeah. I thought she took my eye out.
She's tough, but she gets out and climbs every day, and that's her thing.
Oh, yeah. So. But that's what I'm saying. We had Victoria.
Victoria's not a athlete, but she's not unhealthy either. You know what I mean? So
I just find it very, very, very hard to believe that Loretta did that on her own.
Right. I think there was some help
and I wish the public pretender would have looked at all our stuff that we did and actually look into the case more. And I think she just got railroaded and he just public pretender.
They made fun of me at the court down there, kind of, oh, you guys did some kind of reenactment, didn't you?
We did more than the cops did.
Yeah. They just said, oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
Loretta did it.
And I was looking forward to going on the stand to debunk the interview that they did, or investigation they did.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That interview was sketchy because of the lawyer thing. Now, the girl did keep talking and all that, but she asked for a lawyer several times in there. So
yeah, she did.
And I don't know. It's sad that, if you're not a millionaire, you can't get the lawyers, and
money talks.
Yeah. And talk about dirty investigators. That's what we're talking about today.
All right.
I know you read up on it. Private investigators that are dirty.
The
How about
cream of the crop.
There's some around here that maybe do little things here and there, but there's some that are just outright dirty.
Yeah.
And take a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I've been accused of, hey, you took my money and didn't do anything. I'm like, no, we did stuff. So you didn't like the results. That's different.
Correct.
There's one guy we'll get into. He took people's money and just kind of disappeared.
Well, you have to have a hobby.
Yeah, you have to have
His was taking everybody's money.
Right.
And not doing anything.
Right. All right, let's talk about, this guy's pretty famous. I remember some of this stuff happened. Anthony Pelicano. Or Pelicano? Pelicano.
Yeah, I get with that.
You're up there with the gangsters. So you grew up around them.
Yeah, I grew up in Mob City.
It says he's an American private investigator and convicted felon known as a high-profile fixer.
Right.
The fixer. People watch TV a lot. Pelicano served 30 months in federal prison for illegal possession of explosives and firearms. That'll do it. In 2008, Pelicano began serving as an additional sentence for crimes including racketeering and wiretapping. Man.
Imagine that.
Involvement with Pelicano's illegal activities has led to conviction of figures including actress Sandra Will Carradine. That's the, what's his name's wife, right? Her daughter. What's his name? He was in that show forever. I forget his name. He hung himself while...
David Carradine.
We're not going to get into how he died.
Kung Fu.
He killed himself, though.
Yes. Grasshopper.
Film director John McTiernan, I don't know who that is. Beverly Hills police officer Craig Stevens, Los Angeles police sergeant Mark Anderson, and attorney Terry Christensen. Actress Linda Florentino began dating FBI agent Mark Rossini in an attempt to assist Pelicano's defense. What? Leading to Rossini's conviction for handing over classified files. Okay, so he's an FBI agent. He was dipping into he's going behind the curtain, getting information, which is illegal. So,
correct.
All right. So he grew up in Chicago. He thinks he's a gangster, right? Right out the gate.
Oh, yeah. He thinks he's Capone.
He was in the military for a while, moved to L.A., gained recognition for his work on the John DeLorean case defense. Is that the DeLorean car guy?
Yeah.
That worked for Ford forever and made his own unsuccessful company? What did DeLorean do?
I don't remember what he did.
I'm going to look it up while we're sitting here. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember what he did.
Personal life, magazines, bankruptcy. Oh, DeLorean Motor Company is forced to sell his... Oh, he had borrowed a lot of money and forced into bankruptcy, had to sell his 434-acre estate. Ooh.
Wow.
Donald Trump bought it and converted it to Trump National Golf Club. It's reported that the entrapment controversy, DeLorean and Farrar became born-again Christians. He did some kind of entrapment. I'm not seeing it here. Arrest and trial. On October 1982, DeLorean was charged by the U.S. government for trafficking cocaine following a videotaped sting operation. So he's running out of money.
Well, you got to supplement your income.
And this is in the 80s where cocaine was just like,
oh, it was all over.
Yeah, that was the fentanyl of the day.
Yeah, that was the stuff.
The FBI set him up with more than 59 pounds of cocaine worth about $6.5 million in a hotel near L.A. And after arriving from New York with the FBI stating DeLorean was the financier to help the financially declining company in a scheme to sell 220 pounds with an estimated value of $24 million. So, yeah, a confidential informant told on him, and they got him for entrapment and drug dealing. So this PI, back to the PI, Pelicano was trying to help him out. So,
right. Because, again, money talks.
Yeah, but I don't know. DeLorean seemed like he was broke at the time.
They're never broke.
They can always get access.
They always have access to money. Always. Mm-hmm.
Well, he had to sell a bunch of stuff. And Trump said, you know what? It's my golf course now. So I'm sure you got a discount.
Hey, I wonder if he suffered from TDS.
No, it didn't. It seems like he's a conservative guy.
Yeah.
But he's dead now. But anyway, let's see here. Another one. Bill Clinton's presidential campaign to discredit Jennifer Flowers. He worked on that case. After she claimed to have had an affair with Clinton, he would later be hired to investigate Monica Lewinsky after her affair with Clinton. This guy. In 1993, he was hired by Michael Jackson to investigate the family who accused Jackson of child molestation. Despite being paid $2 million fee and a Mercedes for his work, he would later drop Jackson as a client, saying, I quit because I found out some truths. He did something far worse with the young boys than molest them. How do you do? I guess you kill them, right? If you do something worse.
I would assume.
2006, Lisa Bonder sued her attorneys acting for Bonder, alleging they were working for a businessman, Kurt Kerkorian. She accused Kerkorian's attorneys of retaining Pelicano to wiretap Bonder's phone during the divorce proceedings of Bonder and Kerkorian that involved a paternity dispute. So, paternity dispute, she said he wiretapped her stuff. Based off this guy's background, he might have. What do you think?
Probably.
In 2002, Pelicano was hired by billionaire Steve Bing. Who's Steve Bing? American businessman, film producer, investor, and philanthropist. He had a business interest in property and construction and was a founder of Shangri-La Entertainment and Shangri-La Music. So he's entertainment.
Never heard of the guy.
Never either. But he was going out with Elizabeth Hurley. You've heard of her.
Oh, yes.
That was his girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
In connection with her pregnancy. Okay, this is getting even dirtier. It would later be reported that Pelicano was investigating Bing, who was a friend of Kerkorian. He took a strand of Bing's used dental floss, used it to prove that Bing was the father of Bonder's daughter. Between June 2000 and August 2002, Bing paid Pelicano $335,000. Where can we get these clients, Juice?
I don't know.
We're in the wrong places.
Well, Elizabeth Hurley's my next wife. She just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You're gross, man. Let me call her?
Yeah.
I got her on the phone over here. Let me call her up.
Cool.
So Pelicano may have bragged to the attorney of Kurt Kerkorian that Bing had retained his services about Bing being the father of another child with Elizabeth Hurley. However, Bing, through his attorney Martin Singer, later denied this, as did Pelicano. Attorney Terry Christensen was convicted of racketeering for hiring Pelicano to tap Bonder's phone and received a 3 years prison sentence. Tapping phones is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
We've talked about it a lot on here.
Huge deal. That's federal.
We talked about it a lot on here. It's state and federal. They can get you either way.
Oh, yeah.
Globally, whatever. And he's got some other criminal. That was just alleged he did it. They didn't prove that he did it.
Right.
Now, here comes where he got accused, right? An investigation of Pelicanos began after journalist and former Hollywood reporter editor Anita Bush found that her car had been vandalized in 2002. The windshield was broken and a dead fish and rose were left on the car with a sign that said stop. So she's reporting on something and somebody hired him to go fix it, right?
Yeah, he must have watched The Godfather.
It was also in another show called Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton. He's a lawyer. They put dead fish in his convertible.
Really?
Yeah, and they rot.
I haven't seen that. I'll have to check it out.
It's pretty good. Billy Bob's good in that one. In November, let's see here. FBI agents raided the offices of Pelicano. A threat had been made against former film producer Julius R. Nassau. I don't know who these producers are, who was suing Steven Seagal.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I remember him. He borrowed money from the mob and they were financing stuff. And Seagal said, no.
Yep. The FBI was looking for evidence that Pelicano was involved in making the threat against Nassau. The FBI agents found 2 practice grenades, which were modified to function as homemade bombs and military C4 explosive. Practice grenades just have a firecracker in them, basically.
Yeah.
They're nothing
Just
much.
a blast.
It just pops.
That's it. Boop.
And it don't do nothing. We used to mess with them all the time.
Yeah, we did.
Pelicano pleaded guilty to illegal possession of dangerous materials. His sentence was 30 months in federal prison. So the C4 explosives is a big deal.
Yeah.
You can't just have them sitting around.
No.
So, back when I was doing training, I looked at starting to do breacher training, and I talked to the ATF about how to store them and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
The license ain't that bad. It's the storage.
No, it's the storage in the bunker, the ammo bunker.
And and when you order it, you got to report it. It's being transferred from here to there and all that stuff. I mean, that's not a problem, but the bunker would have cost me about $30,000.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. It's got to have so much concrete, so much dirt, all these things, or got to be underground so far, depending on what your setup is.
Yeah, those ammo magazines are no joke. Yeah.
You can't just store it in the closet.
No.
Like you do your 9mm ammo or whatever. So 9mm ammo probably ain't going to go off. And if it does cook off, the shell's going to go further than the bullet if it's not in the chamber. So I'm not saying how I know this, but I know this. If you throw 9mm bullets in a fire, the shell casings sting when they come out of there.
Yes, they do.
They'll put your eye out too if you're not careful. But the bullet doesn't. It's the bullet becomes the opposing force.
Yeah,
the shell casing is lighter, so it
kicks it off.
The brass things, though.
Oh yeah, it does.
I heard that. I don't know how I know that.
It was on Oprah.
All right, this guy keeps going. He got additional charges in 2006 in the United States District Court for the Central District of California in Los Angeles. Pelicano was indicted on 110 counts. His alleged crimes included racketeering, conspiracy, wiretapping, witness tampering, and identity theft, and destruction of evidence. Specifically, Pelicano was charged with receiving unlawfully accessed confidential records on celebrities and public figures from the members of the Los Angeles and Beverly Hills police departments and the FBI.
So it sounds like organized crime to me.
That's what it is. I don't know how. I guess you get money going, and they're like, "Hey, actress up the road says she'll pay you $2 million if you'll do this, this, and this." And even if it's illegal, they're like, "I can't refuse that money."
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really can't. I was brought up a little bit different. I don't care how much money's involved. My integrity is worth more than that money. So
integrity's worth a lot. And I don't like prison either.
Neither do I. I'm too pretty for prison.
You're too pretty. You get the face for prison.
Thank you.
Yeah. You got the face for Spotify.
Yeah.
I guess the money starts rolling and you're like, I'll do whatever to get this 2 million, 3 million, 300,000 or whatever. We've had people ask us to do illegal. We had one ask us to do something illegal Friday over Mississippi. I'm like, we can't, man. Can't do it.
Really?
Yeah. And we got another lady in Huntsville's mad at me because I won't tap her neighbor's phones.
Okay, well, that's illegal.
I'm not going. And she says, we want to tell nobody. I said, it's going to be found out. It's going to be found out.
They don't understand. All that stuff can be found. It's not like you do it and it disappears.
And I'm the one that takes the fall for it because the missed client's going to go, I didn't tell him to do that. You know what I mean? So,
of course.
They don't know me. But yeah, it looks like he just got it. Now he said he's a negotiator for people such as Daryl Katz and Joel Silver, mostly involving corporate disputes with occasional Me Too case. He can't be a PI anymore.
No.
Because he's got the felony, right? But I guess he can be a negotiator, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Do you think he's still involved in this stuff?
Sure he is. You just don't quit.
Oh, so his girlfriend was Sandra Will Carradine, the ex-wife of Keith Carradine, who hired Pelicano in preparation for her divorce. So she hired him, and then he started going out with her.
Keith Carradine, he's not Kung Fu.
He's not.
It's his brother. The other actor.
Relatives, Robert. Yeah. There's a bunch of Carradines.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she hired him to go get evidence on Keith during a divorce, which is fine. But then he started having sex with Miss Carradine.
Mm-hmm.
Huge problem.
Guy's just a mess from the get-go.
Yeah. I mean, great movie material here. Great TV show material.
Yeah.
But man, this guy, he just kept digging a hole. You know what I mean? My dad used to tell me when you're digging a hole, stop digging. So
yeah,
but
that's sage advice.
That's redneck from Sand Mountain advice.
Yeah.
There's also an Israeli businessman and previously convicted swindler Daniel Nichiri was sentenced to 4 years in prison after pleading guilty to hiring Pelicano to wiretap another Hollywood businessman. So he's just a wiretapping fool. And this is all 2000 stuff. So this is the modern wiretaps where you're not necessarily devices, but you're hacking the device. I'm sure Pelicano hired somebody to do that.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, it's I know how to do it. I've been through the hacking course but we're trying to unravel the hacking to see who did it.
Right.
But I would never do it on purpose.
That's crazy.
I've done my own phone just messing around with it.
Right.
To see if it works.
Well, that's your own phone. I mean, it's not
It's still illegal, by the way.
Is it really your own phone?
You're dealing with FCC stuff.
Oh,
so.
well, yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that.
So I just admitted to a crime.
Well,
I don't think the feds are going to come after me for
I don't think so.
My Galaxy S25. But anyway, then he goes into the old story about the fish and stuff. So what do you think? This guy just went full out gangster.
Yeah.
And his big charge was illegal possession of dangerous materials. They got him on witness tampering, computer fraud, and wiretapping.
Organized crime, mobster.
He did 30 months in the Fed prison, the easy prison.
Yeah.
I heard the Fed prisons, I'm not talking about Club Fed. I'm talking about the real federal prison. I heard they're still pretty easy. They got good food and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I saw a video on what's the one out in Fort Leavenworth.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they have two sections there. They have the lifers who aren't going to get out. So they're just kind of like regular inmates. They don't have to do much.
Yeah.
Then you got the ones that are trying to get back in the military.
Yeah, they're getting gain time and everything else.
Well, it's like a boot camp again for them.
Yeah, they're trying to make amends so they can go back.
Yeah, try to get back in or whatever.
Yeah.
You remember that, what we used to have in the Marines, CCP?
Oh, CCU.
They still have that?
Correctional Custody Unit?
I wonder if they still have that.
I don't know.
All it was office hours. They just did it over yonder instead of at your building. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, CCU wasn't.
That was where you could come back, though, from CCU. You could recover because it was just Article 15. Right?
Yeah, it was Correctional Custody Unit.
Yeah.
They didn't play. That was like boot camp all over again.
We dropped the kid off. So I was an SOI, and my bunkmate, you lived in them bunks, right?
Yeah.
And I got up the next morning. He's gone. And we put into formation. They said, "Who's seen this guy?" And I said, "He's gone, man. He's not here." So they called me in there. "Did you see him leave?" I said, "I did not see him leave." So he's gone. UA, right? So SOI is long. It's 2 months, right?
Yeah.
This was at the beginning. So we've been through several iterations, and we're in formation one day, and he just pops up, stands in formation. Like,
was this up at Geiger?
Yeah, Geiger Tigers. He just pops in formation, and the sergeant's like, "Hey, come here." What are you doing?
Oh, wow.
And he wasn't mean to him. He goes, "What are you doing?" Kind of thing. And they called him in there and talked to him. He hung out with us for a day, and then we went to the range. On the way to the range, we dropped him off at CCU.
Oh, that was an eye.
And then I saw him in the Marines later. He was a corporal, and he had recovered, doing well. Went back and finished and everything. But
we had a guy hit CCU over in Okie, and he came back. He finished out. He was good to go, though.
Yeah, it's office hours. So
his was a larceny charge.
But he didn't get charged with a felony if he's in CCU, though.
Right.
Yeah. So some commander hooked him up, said, "Hey, go do CCU, come back. You'll lose your rank, but you'll get to build it back."
Yeah. So our guy did the same thing. He was a good guy, man. I still remember. I seen him at the reunion. Yeah. Great guy.
I think we should have CCU, but for every county.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
I'd go work there. So
I would.
I might have to go to CCU. You never know. So
I'd have to get back in shape again, but
we just be the office guys. Hey, go do this.
I can
go do this.
I can do that.
Be the S3. All right, we got another one here. Chris Butler. This guy's in California too. What's up with your PIs in California?
I don't know, man.
He was arrested in February 2011 in relation to a conspiracy to sell drugs confiscated by police as evidence in other investigations. In September 2012, he was sentenced to 8 years in prison for charges of robbery, extortion, and conspiracy. Man.
He should have been a neurosurgeon or something. He's so smart.
Yep. He actually got a Lifetime television series. Butler signed a contract to be part of a reality television show on Lifetime under the name PI Moms, referring to his use of women investigators. Prior to the filming of the reality show, Butler was contacted. This is before he went to jail, obviously, right? Diablo magazine, in an effort to appeal the demographic that magazine served. I'm skipping over that. Arrest. He's arrested in February 2011, along with a Central Contra Costa County, California Narcotic Enforcement Team. Commander Norman Welsh. That's a big name. So the drug cop got arrested too. The two men were accused of selling police confiscated crystal meth, anabolic steroids, and marijuana. These items had been seized as evidence unrelated to the investigators and arrests. So they were cleaning out the evidence locker and selling it.
Dude,
basically.
I hate bad cops. I hate bad COs. That's just stupid.
Right. So the counts were embezzlement, second-degree burglary. I struggle with that one. I struggle with it, man. And conspiracy as well as drug-related charges. Butler's bail was set at $840,000, and Welsh's was set at $666,000. How come the cop got such lower bail?
Well, must have known somebody.
Upon arrest, both were held in Contra Costa County Jail, located in Martinez, California. Do you know where that is?
I have no idea where that's at.
On February 8, 2012, the Contra Costa County District Attorney's Office dropped all state charges against Butler, while a case against him continued at the federal level. All right. In May 2012, Butler pleaded guilty to robbery, extortion, and conspiracy, and in September 2012, he was sentenced to 8 years in prison. Welsh, the active duty senior officer and inside man, pleaded guilty in December 2012 to 5 counts and was sentenced to 14 years in prison. They'll like him there. So,
oh, yeah.
He also did this one, dirty DUIs. You ever heard of those?
Yes.
As recorded in published transcripts of his interviews with police detectives in March 17, 2011, Butler admitted that he hired female decoys to assist in determining if a target male, usually the husband of his female client, would drink alcohol in a quantity sufficient to exceed the legal limit to drive an automobile. Once the target male had been observed to consume this amount of alcohol, likely to exceed the legal limit to drive, he hired female decoys, would leave the establishment, and ask the target to follow them home, like they're going to hook up, right?
Right.
All right. An associate coined the phrase dirty DUI scheme to describe the practice. A number of the arrests and convictions resulted from the practice have been expunged and overturned, along with apologies from the senior deputy district attorney of Contra Costa County, Hal Jewett, whose office prosecuted the original cases. Jewett was quoted in his cover letter to one man arrested in Butler's sting operation as saying the drunken driving arrest was one of the most deplorable legal practices I'd ever heard of. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. So we have seen people drink and drive.
Yeah.
And called the cops on them.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is that similar? Is that a dirty DUI?
No.
My employee was not sitting there feeding them drinks and saying, hey, let's go hook up.
Yeah.
And all those things, right?
Yeah, so, of course.
I just witnessed a crime and called in a crime, right? Now, the police never get there, never do anything about it, but because they're like, I don't know, I didn't see it kind of thing. You know what I mean? They want to see it with their own eyes. But
yeah.
But this is dirty because he had one of his employees go in, be nice with the guy. They would drink. And then say, follow me to my house.
Yeah, be flirty and all that and drink up and he's drunk.
Yeah. But is a private investigator, not a police thing. Does it matter? It's dirty.
Yeah.
Especially if they use that evidence for custody and stuff like that. It would be dirty to me. But I would never send in them. Number one, if that opposing party has an attorney, we're not allowed to talk to them. Right. We can watch them, but we can't go up and initiate a conversation with them without going through their attorney. So that's a problem number one right there.
There's several problems.
I'm sure they had lawyers if they're going through a divorce.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy's employees just rolling up talking to him. That's a problem, man. So
it ain't just in California though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the money's in California, but we got bad cops around here.
Mm-hmm. We got money in the cities, Huntsville, Hoover. We got money around. You know, you just gotta.
And you have bad cops too. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying, they're terrible at their job. I'm saying they're bad cops. They did things that are unethical, immoral, and illegal.
They get a taste of money and they want more.
Yeah.
So, all right. We're not going to get into the other swindle because we're kind of running out of time here. It's a bad one too. We got another one where he was ripping old ladies off.
It's all bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's, they get started in the business. They get some of the money, but just imagine how far they would be, how much money they would have made if they would have just done.
This other guy swindled a lady that had brain cancer out of $2.9 million. On Friday, his lawyer said he was practically broke and asked the judge to let him go. The judge said no. Imagine that.
Oh.
We'll read about it. We got time. Now, this guy was a former Air Force guy. Nice, right? He was arrested in July on federal wire fraud and extortion charges after he allegedly took advantage of an elderly former client. He said this guy's name is Spivak. That's a great name. Spivak, get over here. Used digital voice alteration technology to impersonate a fake female federal agent named Donna. the guise of Donna, he convinced his elderly victim to wire him millions of dollars over the course of 5 years by spinning an elaborate fiction. The elderly woman would receive $200 million payout as a reward from a federal whistleblower lawsuit, but only if she helped finance the investigation first. Poor lady, man. You know, she's probably not all the way there with her cognitive skills. And $2.9 million later, the feds don't need my money to help, but she didn't know that. They just tricked her, man. This guy uses sales skills and did it. That's kind of a taste on him. He goes into some other stuff in here, and
they're all scumbags.
And he got into where he's bribing, saying his boss wanted to kill her and all this stuff like that. But anyway, he was playing the other side too. All right, what do you think, Juice?
All they had to do is do their job and do it correctly.
Like other criminals, we've said it before, if they use that brain power on a legitimate business, they could make the same amount of money.
Yeah, if not more.
A little bit harder, but yeah.
Yeah, it just takes some work.
You got to follow rules and stuff.
Easy money doesn't take work.
Yeah.
Easy money gets you in trouble.
You know, the easy money, too, disappears really fast.
It does.
I've seen people that win the lottery, they're broke within a couple of years. I'm like, good Lord, how?
Yeah. At this stage of my life, if I won the lottery, I'd still go to work. That money would go in a bank and in investments and stuff, portfolios for my kid.
You might see a couple things pop up around here, like a barn.
Yeah.
Some different things.
But for the amount of
we're
money
not going to move.
some of these.
We're not moving.
No.
My wife might get a new car. That's not going to go through.
I know what y'all have.
What's that?
New horse.
We get some horses. Probably.
Yeah, I know you would.
Get some stalls and stables and stuff like that. But anyways, my wife likes the horses.
Yes.
She is a horse woman. All right. Well, that's all we got, Juice. We'll be back in a little bit with some other intriguing episodes.
Ooh.
At least we're not dirty.
Exactly.
Right? All right.